This is Super Yacht News with Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Well, there's been a number of yachts destroyed by fire in the US in the last couple of days. One yacht in Longboat Key Club Marina on the 5th of August and two yachts in the same incident at the Turtle Point Country Club Marina in Alabama. But before we go on to those stories, I just want to give you an update on a boat crash that happened in Spain. You might remember this one. The large yacht ended up on the beach with its nose sticking up in the air. The vessel crashed into a beach at a place called Espalmador, which is in Formentora, and it ended up about 50 meters onto this beach on a sand dune with its nose up in the air, as I said. Now, according to a source with knowledge of the boat, the vessel had been chartered on behalf of a group of young women who were supposed to board in Formentora earlier in the day. However, they never showed up, and the captain of the vessel contacted the broker and asked if they could cancel the tour. They eventually did turn up, but it was very late at night. So they got permission to cancel and they headed back to Ibiza. Now, whilst on deck on the bridge, the captain got some alarms from below in the engine room. So the captain set the vessel to autopilot. There was only two crew members on board. The captain set the vessel to autopilot and proceeded to leave the bridge and head down into the engine room or engine compartment and left the bridge unattended. I think they may have been off course. If I show you on the map here where they ended up, I think he might have thought he was a little bit further north and he was heading through that gap there, but he ended up on the beach anyway. Now, the two crew members on board refused help from rescue services. Instead, they called a private recovery company to come and pull the yacht off the beach. Now, it was very lucky that nobody was injured in this incident because I think some of the reasons where it happened at night and where they hit the vessel, there was no seawall or there was no other craft or there was no, hard stop there. And they just able to slide onto the beach and end up on that dune. Now, if there'd been anybody on the beach or if they'd hit anything hard, then they could have been injured on board or people on the beach could have been injured as well. So it was very lucky all in all. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring you those updates. And we'll move on to the fire in Florida. This resulted in the 19-meter or 65-foot yacht sinking. This is the one in Longboat Key Marina. The owner of the yacht, who was actually out of the country at the time, was in Canada. He received a notification from his security system at around 20:30 hours or 8:30 p.m. The owner looked on a live video stream he had on the boat and he could see smoke on that feed. And he contacted the Key Fire Department, which turned up to fight that fire. Now, the vessel's name was Steady AF, which, I think you know what that AF stands for. Now it's Sunk AF, right? But the fire department's assistant chief, Jensen Barton, said that the fire may have been caused by lithium batteries on board because of the amount of time the vessel was on fire. He said it burned throughout the night. He also said that the state fire marshal's office would make an official determination on the cause of the fire, but he said that lithium battery fires are particularly difficult to fight because the chemical reaction inside the batteries is nearly impossible to extinguish. When the chemicals mix, it causes extreme heat that sets everything around them ablaze, and water doesn't have an effect on the lithium reaction. He said, you're fighting a losing battle and you might as well let it do its thing. Now, there was no injuries reported in that fire. Now, in the second fire, which was in Alabama, there were multiple fire crews called on the 4th of August, the day before, responding to a massive yacht fire at the Turtle Point Country Club Marina. Another 19-meter or 65-foot yacht was on fire inside the marina at approximately 7 a.m. However, when the crews arrived on scene, they found there were two 19-meter or 65-foot yachts engulfed in flames, with the fire advancing towards other vessels. The fire crew safely evacuated several individuals who were on the nearby vessels, and the main yacht was secured to a secondary pier, and floating booms were deployed around the yacht to contain any hazards of spillage or leakage. The crews used 15 gallons of foam to fully extinguish the rest of the fire on the main yacht, and the yacht was moved from the pier and secured to a barge, and the secondary yacht fire was also extinguished. In total, 11 fire departments attended that fire. No injuries reported in this fire either. Now we've got one other story for you. 4th of August, again, Spanish police boarded the 32-meter or 106-foot super yacht Ana Yaraslova in Port Ginesta in Spain, arresting and bonding the yacht in the port. Now, as you can see in the video footage sent in by a subscriber, the lines have been taped off and the vessel has a cordon to prevent it leaving. The crew have been told the vessel cannot leave the port of Ginesta. Now, so far, there's no information on why the yacht has been arrested. We've tried contacting the port there, and so far we've had no response. That was 2 days ago we contacted the port. We have not had a response as of yet. Now, the reasons for it being arrested, everybody will probably jump to Russian sanctions, but that's not necessarily the case. There's various reasons for a vessel can be arrested. It happens quite often, more often than you might think. It could be down to, for instance, non-payments of bills in a previous port. It could be outstanding bills from that port, from a previous visit. They left without paying and they've come back. Could be a crew dispute. There could be crew on board or former crew that have had the vessel arrested because they haven't received wages. There's lots of usually to do with money. So there could be many reasons for it. It doesn't necessarily relate to the sanctions to do with Ukraine and Russia. And we don't know who the owner is, although the vessel's name, Ana Yaraslova, seems to suggest that there could be a Russian owner. That's all the information we have. If you've got any further information about this, if you know why the vessel's arrested, maybe you work on board, please be sure to get in touch, news@esysman.co.uk. All right, guys, remember to check out our Patreon page. You'll get early access to new features, sometimes weeks in advance, and you'll get many videos that will never be posted on YouTube, including our Atlantic vlog series and many behind the scenes and extra videos filmed in marinas on our travels, plus the Patreon-only Q&A. If you've got any information for us about any of these stories or any other stories, please be sure to get in touch in the normal fashion. You can get us on the About page of the YouTube channel, get us in the email address and the ticker. You can get us on Twitter and all those other things. Please be sure to like this video. It helps with the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. We're trying to get to 300,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. All right, guys, thanks for watching and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.